Hi guys, this is John Sundaraj from Sloopstash. In this video, we'll be discussing about some of the important significances and key aspects of our DevOps training program at Inceptess. First, let me explain about myself. I passed out my engineering degree on the year 2010 and then I joined a startup called the Binary Workshop. There I worked as senior cloud systems engineer and R&D based product developer. I have built PHP, Python, JavaScript based R&D products and also heavily involved in R&D on AWS cloud also. And then I joined Freshdesk on the year 2013 August as DevOps engineer. I was the first DevOps candidate there, and right now Freshdesk is called as Freshworks. I was heavily involved into scaling, management, deployment of Elasticsearch data clusters, React data clusters, Redis clusters, MongoDB clusters, etc. I was also involved in doing lots of R&D on Docker container ecosystems and building and scaling our container ecosystems on the cloud for our product services. I wrote my own Ruby CLI application to automate and orchestrate Docker containers on the AWS cloud. I was also heavily involved into writing chef cookbooks, recipes, and doing lots of chef-based deployments on the AWS cloud and all that. So this is how my experience was at Freshworks. You can check out my LinkedIn profile to see my elaborate work experience on Freshworks. And then I resigned Freshworks on the year December 2016 and started Sloopstash. Sloopstash is a technology-based product startup company that aims to increase team productivity and enhance infrastructure security. Basically, we build cloud-based SaaS products. So Sloop Engine is the first SaaS product that we have built, and in fact it's a flagship product of Sloopstash. Sloop Engine allows organizations to bring their software teams, tech teams onto the cloud. Basically they can work on cloud itself. All their day-to-day tasks can be done on the cloud itself. We provide all tools that is required to do that. We provide online IDEs, we provide project management, we provide chat engines, we provide auditing, we provide tracking, we provide logging services. So all these things basically available on, and server access management, key management, everything is available on Sloop Engine itself on the cloud. You basically sign up on Sloop Engine and get started with that. It's free for 14 days. Apart from building the products at Sloopstash, we also offer DevOps training program, as I said earlier. We have been involved in training programs for the past 2.5 years. Especially for the past 1 year, we have been partnering in Inceptess to offer a DevOps training program. We have built comprehensive 150 hours of course content that is purely based on the DevOps work-life experience which I had in my past over the 7 years. So that is how the content is prepared. So it is not a content something that is available on the internet. It is purely prepared by the work experience that we had, the real product experience that we had in previous companies and current company. So each and every bits and pieces of content that we have prepared we have poured out all the experience in the content. So it will be very useful for you if you are learning from us. And you will be able to see lots of real-time implementations that we have done. For example, in our product Sloop Engine, we have implemented Dockers, with Docker containers, we have implemented Git, we have implemented Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana, we have 30 plus AWS services implemented for our product Sloop Engine in the production. So we'll be opening and displaying you all the real-time implementations and scenarios which we have faced in front of your eyes. So you will be very clear with the concepts on where to implement, how to use that specific tool, how to use a specific cloud service like that. So, and also we'll be sharing you lots of scaling stories in my past DevOps work life as well as current work life. So I'll be sharing you lots of scaling stories like how we scale Elasticsearch clusters for this much amount of TBs of data, and how we managed to do our JVM performance tuning at that scale of traffic. And we'll show you how we have scaled our Docker container ecosystems to a massive extent. We'll show you how we do large-scale deployments using Chef in AWS Cloud. So lots of scaling stories will be involved in our training program, from our current startup as well as in my previous past work life experience. We'll also show you lots of case studies. Basically, the case studies and use cases are taken out from our product Sloop Engine. So we'll be showing you how Sloop Engine uses Git, how we are developing our Sloop Engine product using Git, GitHub and Bitbucket and these kind of things. And we'll be showing you how our Sloop Engine services run in our dev environment as multi-pod architecture. We'll be showing you how we do Sloop Engine deployments on AWS Cloud using Chef. So basically, these are all the case studies which we can show you in front of your eyes. These are all the real-time world, real-world implementations. So this is how we'll be showing you how we have automated the infrastructure provisioning of our Sloop Engine in the AWS Cloud. So all these things we'll be showing you in front of your eyes, how we have done that over the past 7 years. So we'll also give you starter kit repositories. Starter kit repositories are nothing but GitHub repositories available on GitHub. So you will be Git repositories available on GitHub. You will be cloning those repositories. That repositories contains configurations, code files. That repositories contains scripts and all the other things that is required to get started on a specific topic. Say for example, a Docker, we will be providing a starter kit. For ELK, we will be providing a starter kit. For AWS, we will be providing a starter kit. For Jenkins, we will be providing. So for all these, for Terraform, we will be providing a starter kit. So all these things will have a starter kit available in the GitHub, which is open source. So anybody can take it. It is totally free. Anybody can take it. Anybody can customize it. Anybody can fork it, and anybody can modify it. So that's how we provide the starter kits. And we also provide mobile first book materials. Those mobile first book materials allows you to stay in sync with us always. If we prepare some content, and when we update the content in the mobile application, it will be immediately available to you in the mobile application. So basically you get updates. We don't offer PDF, we don't tell you to download from the internet or something like that. So we just update the content and we will push it to the mobile application, so it will be immediately available to you in your mobile app. So you can take it anywhere in your pocket itself. So this is the sophisticated thing that we have done. And we offer 24/7 technical support. As a startup, we are involved in lots of contribution to the open source community via Quora blogs, via YouTube videos, by answering something in the forums and all that. So we also, so all these things we are doing only for free. We don't get paid for all these things. So we are doing everything for free. So this 24-bar technical support is specifically for the candidates whom we have trained in our past life. So we'll offer them extensive support. They can call us anytime in the morning and in the evening. We'll clarify them their doubts, issues. When they're going for interviews, we'll tell them how to prepare and all that. So lots of technical assistance and support we'll be providing for the people who get trained through us. So we've been doing this for more than 2.5 years, and people are coming back to us again and again asking for issues and doubts and clarification. We definitely provide answer for them. And we also offer job and interview assistance. We conduct mock interviews during our DevOps sessions. We tell people how to get prepared for their interviews, job interviews. We'll tell them how to manage and make up a GitHub profile. We'll tell them how to manage proper LinkedIn profile, how to update it frequently, how to build your resume, how to present yourself. So lots of things will be involved in this job plus interview assistance. So this is how we prepare the people for interviews and to get a proper job and all that. Many of the candidates who have learned through us easily cracked interviews in MNCs, and they have also cracked interviews in startups also. And we have a roadmap of things that we are going to do in the future and currently also. We are going to bring lots of big data components into the DevOps training program, and we are also going to bring lots of data science components into the DevOps training program. We'll be doing it gradually. Currently, there are 2 or 3 small big data components available in the DevOps sessions, but we'll be extensively, comprehensively updating our course content to bring lots of big data related tools into the DevOps itself. So this is what we are actually planning to do, and we'll be doing it in the near future. Now let's discuss on the workflow that we're going to follow during our DevOps training program. You can see here, I have divided this entire DevOps training program into 2 broad streams. You see, this is the tool stream and this is the cloud stream. This is basically AWS Cloud Stream, and this is the tool stream. So we can totally divide our DevOps training program into two broad streams, that is tools and one is AWS Cloud. If you look into the tools, if you look into this tool stream as well as this AWS Cloud stream, further I am dividing each and everything into phases. You see here we are starting with phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5, phase 6, phase 7, phase 8, phase 9. We are dividing our entire flow into multiple phases. So this is how we proceed with our training program. If you look into this, we don't have anything like beginner, intermediate, advanced, something like that. We don't treat people like that. In each and every topic, we'll start with the very basics and then we'll try to reach the most advanced level. So that is how we proceed with our training program. So there is no beginning, intermediate and advanced level. The course content is very generic for all sorts of candidates. Okay, so we'll first start with the tools. So this is how we start. We'll first start with the phase 1. In the phase 1, we have this operating system and scripting. So that is Linux and shell scripting, because most of the people who come from the Windows background may not be very comfortable with this Linux Unix platforms and commands and all that. So we make sure that they feel comfortable with all the Linux commands and slightly taking them to the advanced level of Linux and helping them to do some good shell scripting and all that. So this is the first thing that we will be doing. So that is the phase 1 in our training program. So in the tool section, we'll be first seeing the Linux and shell scripting. So that is the phase 1 that we are going to do. And once people are comfortable with the phase 1, then we'll be going to the phase 2, that is the containerization part. So this part is the containerization part. In the phase 2, we'll be first starting with the Docker, that is core of the Docker. And we'll be seeing how to build Docker images, we'll be seeing how to effectively scale containers, how to build containers, container configurations, and lots of topics are there. So it's a vast subject. And once the core of the Docker is done, you will be feeling very comfortable with the container ecosystem. And then we will be going to the Docker Swarm, and then we will be going to Kubernetes. Docker Swarm and Kubernetes are container clustering components. They help you to run containers and scale containers across multiple machines. So that is the idea behind the Docker Swarm and Kubernetes. So we'll be seeing both the clusterings that is available. Docker Swarm is the native clustering provided by Docker company, and Kubernetes is the third-party clustering and orchestration tool available. And once we are done with this, we are completely comfortable with this container part, that is phase 2, then we will be having a small mini project in between this. Between phase 2 and phase 3, we will be having a small mini project that we need to execute so that we'll get good hands-on in that. So, and then we'll go to the phase 3. Phase 3, we have Git, which is a source code management system. We'll be seeing how to use Git to do effective team software development, and how to implement Git workflows in your company, and how to effectively use Bitbucket, GitHub, and GitLab services to manage your team software development. So that is what Git is all about. And we'll be seeing Ansible. Ansible is a deployment tool. How to deploy services on containers, how to deploy services on servers, so all these things we'll be seeing. So that is Ansible. So that is the phase 3. So once the phase 3 is done, we'll move to the phase 4. That is, we have Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana, and Chef and Jenkins. Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana provides you application performance dashboard and analytics. It provides you metric analytics. It provides you log analytics. So lots of things you can do with it, and alerting, log management, many things you can do with Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana. In fact, Elasticsearch is a big data component also. So we'll be seeing how to effectively use Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana to collect the metrics, logs, and application performance, and make it proper in a dashboard and visualize and all that, and how to generate alerts in our production infrastructure like that. And then we'll be seeing Chef. Chef is exactly an equivalent of Ansible. So we'll be seeing how to deploy our services on servers and containers using Chef, and how to properly build and Chef managed deployments architecture and all that. And once Chef is done, we'll be seeing Jenkins. Jenkins is the build system that we all know, and we'll be constructing CI/CD pipelines. Once Jenkins build is done, we'll be executing an Ansible deployment and all that. So all these things we'll be seeing in the Jenkins. So this is the phase 4 of our tool section. So once you complete up to this, you are fairly done with the you are fairly done with the tool section of our DevOps training program. Once this is done, again here will be a mini project. Here is one mini project, and here also we will do one mini project after completing the phase 4. So you will be comfortable with all these tools, and once you are comfortable with all these tools, then we'll be moving on to this cloud part. So this cloud stream is another separate stream that is going on, that is going to we are going to do. Now let's look into the AWS cloud stream. After completing the tool stream, we get into the AWS cloud stream. If you look into the AWS cloud stream, you can again see this. It is broadly divided into multiple phases: phase 5, phase 6, phase 7, phase 8, and phase 9. In the phase 5, we will be seeing 6 AWS services, which is very important core AWS services. Be it any certification, you definitely need the 6 AWS services. So these are all the very much core services of AWS. In fact, other AWS services are consuming these AWS services. So this is very important, and we usually call this as first segment in AWS. And here it is called phase 5. So we'll be seeing AWS IAM, we'll be seeing Amazon VPC, we'll be seeing Amazon S3, we'll be seeing Amazon CloudFront, we'll be seeing Amazon EC2, and we'll be seeing Amazon Route 3. And once this phase 5 is over, then we'll move on to the phase 6, which is totally self-managed services, only for deployments and pipelines and all that. So these are all some of the services, self-managed services in Amazon that allows you to easily manage deployments and pipelines. So we'll be seeing Amazon SNS, we'll be seeing AWS Code Commit, which is exact equivalent of GitHub and Bitbucket. We'll be seeing AWS Code Deploy, and we'll be seeing Code Pipeline, and we'll be seeing Amazon ACS. So these are all the services that we'll be seeing. SNS is a notification service, and ACS is an email SMTP service that Amazon offers. And once the phase 6 is done, we'll be moving to the phase 7. Phase 7 is cloud automation phase. So this phase will be automating all these services. Whatever services we are seeing here, we will try to automate these services using in the phase 7. So that is what AWS CloudFormation services are for. AWS CloudFormation is the native AWS service that allows you to automate all the other AWS services. So we'll be learning in depth with the AWS CloudFormation, and then we'll be seeing Terraform. Terraform is not a cloud service, but the reason why I have put Terraform here is Terraform is exactly equivalent of AWS CloudFormation. So we can comparatively study Terraform and AWS CloudFormation. We'll see how to automate all these services using Terraform also. So that is how the phase 7 goes. And once this is done, we'll move on to the phase 8, which is purely developer related services in AWS Cloud. You see AWS Lambda, which is a serverless compute, and you see AWS API Gateway and DynamoDB. DynamoDB is a NoSQL database that is available. So these are all the developer level services that is available on the AWS Cloud. We will be dealing with all these things. And then in the phase 9, we will be seeing some other cloud services in AWS, like Elasticsearch service. We'll be seeing some Redis service. We'll be seeing some container self-managed container services, and we'll be seeing some big data related services. So we'll be seeing overviews of all these things in the phase 9. So that is what this phase 9 is all about. For all the tools, for all the AWS cloud, the majority of the cloud services and majority of the tools that we are going to see, everything has case studies and real-time implementation which we can show from our product Loop Engine. So that is what I have been saying from the very beginning itself. So you will be exactly very clear on where to implement these and how to implement these. So that is the assurance which we can give during our training program. So once the full tools and AWS cloud is completed, then we'll be doing one final project here, and then we'll be having a mock interview. We'll do one final project and mock interview here, so to make you ready for the upcoming job interviews and all that. So this is how we follow a pattern in our DevOps training program. I believe this is more useful information for you. I think you all have understood what I'm trying to tell you. This is the workflow that we are following in our DevOps training sessions, and then this is the pattern that we are going to follow. In case if you have any doubts and queries related to this workflow, or if you want to know if you want to let us know some feedback, or you want to add something in this and or something like that, you just let us know your queries. We'll be considering that and we'll be making changes according to that. So feel free to let us know anything. Thank you.